Today, we challenge Chef Ben to turn iconic video game food into the real thing. You guys suggested the games and dishes over on Instagram, and you chose the Heartstopper burger from Grand Theft Auto, slurp juice from Fortnite, dubious food from Zelda Breath of the Wild, and perhaps toughest of all, utilising all the power-up items in Mario Kart as ingredients to create a delicious, cohesive dish. And along for the whole journey, we've got our mate and gaming expert Tom from Game Theory, who will watch the whole thing unfold and judge our final menu. So, game and dish one, the Heartstopper burger from the Burger Shot, Grand Theft Auto's sort of ironic statement about fast food.
Yep.
6 pounds of beef, 7 patties, a bit of salad thrown in for good luck.
Because it's doing all that much in the burger, let's be honest.
We've done a bit of research.
Yeah.
Ebbers is all over the food here.
Yeah.
And you're already pounding some beef.
Indeed. Don't they say that you only ever need one of these? Because once you've had one, you're not necessarily even around to have a second?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah, I mean, like the Burger Shot restaurant's slogans are kill your hunger, die with a smile on your face, 6 pounds of meat in your gut. That's where we're going in terms of the, I guess, the parody.
So how many pounds of meat have you actually used?
So this was 4.5.
It's a lot of beef.
Which again, I like making patties for big barbecues when you've got a big crowd,
Yeah.
but the fact that these are all being stacked between a single bun is excessive.
No, that's the thing.
But all we need to do is get them in a pan and sear them off. Now that's probably going to need some extraction, probably a lot of noise. We'll get some colour on them and we will come back to work out what else needs to go into that stack afterwards.
We've got imagery.
I've also cut tomatoes a little bit thicker than I typically would for a burger, just because we want to be able to see it in that kind of cross section. We've also got pickles, we've got cheese, we've got mustard, and we've also got burger buns. Brioche is always the better option for a burger bun, but all the images of the Heartstopper have got sesame seeds on. So as simple as a little bit of egg white washed over a cooked sesame bun, and then we will sprinkle it in our own sesame seeds, which I've just toasted off in a pan. Lettuce, simple enough. And then we want a layering technique, which has got to be double patty cheese, all the way up with a single patty on top.
Yeah.
So we build from the bottom, and we make sure, like with every burger advertisement, there is a front and a back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lovely, you've got the frills already.
So that you know it's lettuce.
I went to the effort
of
getting you a
sticks.
skewer, because I know what the ergonomics
There's no way
and the
this is stacking
architecture of
without it.
burger. I'm now going to point out, because now it's as good a time as any, this is not a well-balanced burger to eat.
No, I was getting that impression. This is not chef proportioned.
That goes there.
Is that sticky for long?
It's not even long enough, is it?
It needs guy ropes.
The Heartstopper, the all-new tower of a meal at Burger Shop. It's the burger you can't live without. 7 patties, 6 pounds of meat and cheese. You'll be flatlined in 5 seconds flat.
Good luck.
Oh yeah, oh gosh. How do you propose I go about this?
No, that's your problem.
That's my problem. I mean, I am having a heart attack just looking at it. Like,
Kill your hunger.
Mind the skewer on your nose. Maybe just go in for a bite.
I want to get a bit from the bottom to get that lettuce in because, you know, it's doing a lot here. So.
Yeah, I can see what's dripping out of there, that the salad is compensating.
Do you know, I've never looked at a burger and felt
like I need a cold shower?
like yes.
Right. So it doesn't taste bad. It still tastes good. Like, it's still, like, you know, it's well seasoned. The cheese is doing what it needs to do. Like, the flavors work. It is so unbalanced, as I think we all know.
And not just in terms of its
just not
structure and
physically. It's just a lot of beef.
So remember, we're looking for a combination of deliciousness, accuracy, and interpretation.
Deliciousness. It's fine. It's very, as we said, very,
sometimes less is more.
Sometimes less is more. I feel like maybe even 2 of these might have been pushing it, but it's just like, you know, 2 of them you might have got away with. And again, that's on them, not on you. Accuracy, I think you nailed it. Like, It looks like the burger. It is the height of the burger, even though it's technically, what, a pound or two short.
A pound and a half less beef than required.
I think it looks the part. It is very much what you would have expected this to look like. And then interpretation, again, like, this one is to the letter. Like, it is exactly what it is. It's layers of cheese, lots of beef. In terms, if I've got to give it a score out of 10, I think it's probably going to sit. It's probably going to end up being like a 4.
I think that's fair.
Because it's
Possibly generous.
Yeah, possibly generous. Because again, like, the flavors are there and they all work individually.
But you feel slightly handicapped the fact you haven't been able to let go with your left hand.
I've literally been holding it. I haven't even taken a bite out of the middle because I can't. I can't get it all there. And that was too much beef for like the 4 patties I managed to get a bite out of.
I feel like this exercise has amplified the messaging that GTA wanted to get across.
Yeah.
Job done.
And I think what we probably need is a health potion to get over it.
Let's talk slurp juice from Fortnite. Very highly recommended. An item within the game that has slow drip, health, and then shield regeneration. Bright blue in colour.
Yeah.
I mean, it opens up a can of worms into all the different slurp items, and then obviously you have the floppers as well, the fish.
Yeah.
They love an onomatopoeia.
They do.
Slurp
Keep it
juice,
simple.
Floppers. So this one we're really excited by.
Yeah, because it should also be very simple. We've taken some of the other fruits that you see in the game and we're going to use those to make slurp juice. So
Okay.
we have apple soda, a really crisp, high acid apple soda. We have banana cream soda, because bananas also feature.
Yeah.
As do coconuts. So we've got some coconut water, but we've picked up the one that's still got the bits of coconut in it as well, so you get some texture. And it's going to go into a jar that makes a really awesome slurp juice. Then we'll turn it blue. So we bring in blue spirulina, which is the blue extract, the single sort of protein that's been extracted from the microalgae that exists, that is wonderful in so many different ways, but mostly because this very fine powder, a little goes a long way, and it should turn this a wonderful slurp juice colour. If we get the ratios of apple to banana soda to coconut right, it should be fruity, tropical. It should definitely look like it's fictional, because there are very, very few foods on the planet that are that colour.
No, exactly, right?
Oh, we've got a secret ingredient.
Secret ingredient I brought with me. And when you're trying to get little white bags through customs, it's important you label them. So this is citric acid, but it should just give us a little bit more of a zing to this, because at the moment it's a little too on the sweet soda front. And it won't need much of this either. Because now, I sense that would bring anyone back to life. And after a Heartstopper burger, it might be what you need.
I might need exactly that. It's vibrant. It looks great. It looks very, very refreshing.
Full of all the antioxidants you want from microalgae, correct?
Well, I should hope so. I should hope so. Heal me up after the Heartstopper. That's what I need. Ooh, that's great. That citric acid really was what was necessary there. That really cuts through, but the apple and the banana is great.
When I was thinking of the texture of banana and how you incorporate it into a drink without it going pulpy and kind of gloopy, the banana soda was our saving grace, because you've got the flavour, almost like confected banana with the other tropical fruits.
Yeah, exactly. And then the coconut sort of gives it that nice, smooth, again, tropical flavours. And you have the bits of coconut like jelly almost, like you said, which just add a bit of texture, make it a bit more interesting. Kind of, it's boba light essentially, which kind of starts to lean into that world, which is always fun. Okay, so deliciousness, it's great. That is a fantastic beverage, and I would happily drink the rest of this.
He would slurp, not just sip.
Excellent.
I would slurp, exactly. Yeah, again, chugging in a mason jar might be tricky, but like it's definitely worth it. Interpretation. I think you guys did a really solid job of like using what the game provides. Like, this is what they have available, this is what they would probably make it of. So good job on that one. And accuracy, I mean, the only thing I can really think of is the fact you don't quite get that two-toned, like turquoisey blue, which again, blue is not a natural color, hard to get. So I can let you off there. It's like the only real thing I'm looking at is going like,
fair.
yeah, it's not quite like, it's more like, it's not quite my, I'm clashing beautifully.
Yeah, hold it like that. That looks great.
There you go. Now it's the right color. Shine a light, we'll be fine. But other than that, I think you guys nailed this. And in terms of like a taste, a rating, honestly, I would give this, I'm actually going to give it a 9. I think that's great.
More than double we got for the heart.
Yeah, there you go.
Which, considering it's a food that looks like a toilet wash.
Yeah, it looks like it shouldn't be, but it tastes really good, and it's recovered all of the lost points you got from the last round. So there you go.
9 out of 10. We'll take it.
We've got another.
Okay.
And we'll have to tread lightly because we are venturing into the world of Zelda.
Ooh, okay.
Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, hugely requested from our community. Loads of food already pre-exists in it. They have like salmon risotto, crepes, cakes. But there was one that stood out loud and clear to us, dubious food, which comes about by combining incompatible items or monster parts together. So we thought, could we take some completely incompatible culinary ideas, put them together, and yet still make it taste fantastic?
Interesting.
Because let's be honest, on Sorted across 15 years and goodness knows how many thousand videos, we've done a lot of food crimes, and that is just a synonym for dubious food.
100%. Absolutely.
So we're taking two wonderful national celebrations and just smushing them together. The carbonara, which we know people don't like messing with.
Nope.
And nachos.
Oh my God.
With a little bit of monster part.
Dubious action number 1, gonna cook some pasta. Upset a few people as I break pasta into the water. I want it to cook into small pieces that almost mush up in an overcooked, sludgy, starchy mess.
You went for it.
Well, I went for it because I need that bowl, you see. And that bowl I'm now going to make a little pico de gallo. And if you're going to do excellent nachos, it's nice to do a homemade pico de gallo. So a little bit of tomato. We've taken out the middles. We've got a little bit of red pepper. We're going to go in with fresh coriander, lime juice, a little bit of onion, salt, pepper, and jalapeno. So in with some smoked pancetta. So traditionally it would be guanciale, but we're going in with that because it's what we have.
What on earth is that?
That is refried beans. It's always a joy traveling and going around other supermarkets.
Sure.
Because a supermarket here, we were able to get hold of refried beans in a pouch, some delicious fresh Cuban white cheese, and we're going to put that into our nachos
Dubious
because
dish.
why not combine a few other delicious nations at the same time? And this is where the monster bit comes in.
Now,
You're not.
You think we've been creative?
You're not.
We've just been literal.
Does what it says on the tin.
Incredible.
More importantly, a slightly orange number, because we know that orange works so well with kind of all this pico de gallo and flavors and deliciousness.
We've got our monster parts in there.
There you go.
Dubious links for dubious food.
I'm impressed. I was sitting there going, this is like monster parts and critters and things like that. What are they gonna do with this?
How did you come up with this idea, Evers?
After 15 years, we spun the globe and we picked two items, two popular items that we've never yet put together, and this is what we ended up with. Now, the worrying thing at the moment is it hasn't been pixelated. So a form of pork and beans over nachos with pico de gallo, but swimming in carbonara sauce made with smoked pancetta and pecorino.
Dubious?
Indeed.
It's definitely dubious. I'll give it that. You know, if they can see it, it's not all pixelated. It is.
Get stuck in.
It looks like a plate of nachos. The monster thing is what's throwing me off the most, I think. I think the carbonara I'm familiar with. Just
Carbonara to carbinara to refried beans to monster.
there we go. Well, cheers to that then.
Really hoping all component parts of a good nachos, just with that thing that makes your brain go, what?
Huh?
Which is what I'm getting. The carbonara works. Like, it's the bacony smokiness. You can sometimes get nachos with like pork or bacon and that sort of like flavor in it. Pecorino is not the cheese you would expect, but it's that cheesy creaminess that gives you that. The refried beans, though, that's where it's really getting dubious. It's very citrusy. It's an attack on the senses.
So where is it falling in preference of the delicious,
Sure.
accurate, or interpretation?
Sure. So in the sense of delicious, I'm trying to decide whether it's sitting above or below where we were for the burger. Because that orange is really throwing me. Like, I don't think I'd want to continue eating all of those refried beans, in my honest opinion.
I think is wholly valid and the real challenge when you're trying to create dubious food.
Yeah, 100%. For deliciousness, I'm gonna put it at a 5. I think middle of the road. I think literally, if you took out the monster, it would be great. I think the carbonara element works really well.
The carbonara nachos, which I guess is the combination of the two things that shouldn't go together.
Yeah.
I think that works fantastic.
The good news is the monster which has let us down in deliciousness does play into the accuracy and the intention.
Well, exactly. So that's the thing. So with the accuracy, like visually very, very different, like from what you get. Obviously, we can pixelate it and we can make it look the same. But you nailed it in terms of the accuracy of what dubious food is about. That sense of mixing things that don't work together. And so in terms of like overall, if I've got to give it a ranking, let's make it 6. Because I think, again, the accuracy in your interpretation of it needs to put it up above the Heartstopper. I think it's just that artificial monster really is a thing.
Valid.
Fair enough.
So we've had a 4, a 9, back down to 6. We've got one more attempt.
Yeah, it might be the trickiest one as well. This is a challenge. So you guys on Instagram suggested that poor Ben here take the power-up items from Mario Kart, treat them as ingredients, and then turn it into a comprehensive dish. So that's everything from banana skins to mushrooms to fire flowers.
Watch this interpretive dance. We did it once before, but we're going to take banana skins and turn them into noodles, banoodles, and then make like a curried seafood broth with loads of nuts and throw as many different characters as we can at them.
And I'm going to check off the items as we go.
As we go, my jaw has dropped.
So it begins with banana skin. Remove the fruity bit and use this to create noodles. Your best bet is to wash them, scrape out a lot of the inside pith.
Residue.
And then slice them into noodles and boil them for about 10 minutes. Once you've done that, they behave quite a bit like spaghetti, except they're not carby, they're just hugely fibrous, but they have a similar kind of texture to an al dente pasta.
Okay, I've never seen that before.
And the thing is, I'm cutting it a little bit like a cross between linguine and tagliatelle, because as we know, the Mario brothers are Italian.
Yes.
So we're going to get them into our boiling water, and they do colour. So then the sauce that goes around it, and we're going to kind of toss these banoodles in, is like a seafood satay. And we're going to use 3 nuts or seeds. So coconut milk, peanut butter, and tahini. So it's uber nutty. But then we've also got some spice, and the reason being, hot sauce. Your link.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll tee him up. You knock him to the back of the car.
Well, you have the fire flower, don't you?
Of course.
And you have the spitting of the...
Yep, the fireball's literally flying forward.
That's it. You know, they're hot.
They are.
Hot sauce.
Perfect.
Sick.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I see the link. I see what you're going for. Going for a very literal interpretation of heat and fire. I get that.
Speaking of literal interpretations...
Of course.
And this is going to be the point of difference. We go up and down, right? So we'll go from our banana skins to our tenuous Italian link to our hot sauce fire plant, and then back to mushrooms. And we've got a selection of mushrooms that are going to go into this, as well as the shells. And the shells that you see come in the form of a number of different shellfish. So we've got some mussels, we've got some clams, we've also got other delicious seafood, so some squid and some prawns.
Of course.
But basically heavy on seafood, but particularly shells. And remind me, Tom, what colour are the coins you pick up?
Gold.
That's why I've chosen a turmeric and coconut-based, sort of spiced chickpea mix. We actually bought this, it's just a delicious sentiment, so it's already got all the spices and delicious turmeric and spice, but it's spiced, not spicy, hence our hot sauce.
Are you claiming that that's gold colour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, now this is all bubbling away, the onions are nice and sweet, the mushrooms are cooked, the seafood is already cooked, so it's just going to go in. Generous handful, shells and all, obviously. But we've also got a star fruit to garnish.
Very good.
Because a star fruit, whilst looking quite appealing, is actually just crunchy and quite sour. So again, with the seafood, should work really nicely. And a little bit of piranha plant, which is red and kind of spotty.
Okay.
If that
God loves a trial.
isn't a celebration of Mario Kart, I don't know what is.
Wow, here we are.
Arguably more dubious than the last. However,
I think you're more confident about this
I
one.
quite like this one. I think it's,
If I didn't know that bananas had got into this, I don't think I'd know, given the sauces and the fibrous mushrooms and that sort of thing. Like, it looks good. It looks appetizing, which I'm not sure I was expecting. No offense.
No.
let's see where you get to.
Let's see where we get to. Okay, we'll see how this goes.
Wait for the brain to compute.
My brain is literally trying to compute it all. That's good. That's actually really, really good.
Pull out a noodle on its own, because that's the thing that everyone at home is thinking, that's just one step too far.
Yeah,
But genuinely,
so like
we throw them all away, and there is really good fibre that once you cook it, dripping in the sauce, now just taste of whatever you put it with.
there's nothing about that I sit there and go, oh no, I'm eating banana, that's weird. Like, you just don't notice it really. And the sour note from the star fruit really helps like punch through all those very savory peanut and tahini and that sort of like very nutty, savory, almost creamy.
And if you're not careful, too cloying.
Exactly. But it's taste-wise, I would eat that. I would be happy to have arrived at a restaurant and have eaten that. I'd be chuffed. I think that's great.
So with deliciousness, accuracy, and sort of interpretation of idea, where do we end up with out of a score of 10?
Yeah, so let's say deliciousness, it's great. It's really, really good. You guys have nailed it. Like, just that alone has impressed me.
Could have just done him a fruit salad.
Yeah, I was like,
just banana and star fruit.
Exactly. Like, again, I'm not a foodie, so even if you wouldn't consider this exotic, it's not a fruit that a normal person would necessarily come across. So it's just like, you look at that, you go, yeah, I totally see the vision, I totally get that. The banana's great. Obviously, we've had a couple of dubious ones, like fire flower, piranha plant. It's a little dubious, but texture,
the right colour palette, and that's
the right
it.
colour palette, and it's like, it's leafy, it's grassy, it's
sure.
We'll go with that, sure. but again, like for a finished product, it looked the part. It looked like a dish, which is a massive goal. So I think with that, I'm gonna give it an 8. I think
up there with slurp. If we'd just served him that and a glass of slurp juice,
I'd be happy.
Well, let us know what you at home think. How do you think Eva's got on with, the toughest of briefs? Also, make sure you go and follow Tom in everything that he's doing at Game Theory. It's absolutely fascinating, whether you're a casual or, what's the opposite to casual gamer?
Competitive,
intense,
elite, if you want to go into old school.
Fervent gamer. He is definitely worth a follow, so go and see everything that he's up to over on the Game Theorist channel.
including when we tried to make every version of Suspicious Stew from Minecraft.
It's going to be a good one.